Hi guys, welcome to the first episode of Music with the Afridi, or whatever else I decide to call this. So basically, I'm someone who associates a lot of memories and emotions with the music I listen to, and I thought of documenting that. So I'd like to start this one off by talking about Dream Theater and Anthrax, two bands that are old favorites of mine. And Dream Theater is something that I'd always been wanting to get back to them, but it kind of just never happened. Like I'm someone who listens to music impulsively. I'm not a playlist kind of guy. I'm like if I step out for a walk, I just play music to match the mood that I'm feeling at the time. So Dream Theater just for some reason they never fit that bill. But then the other day I just thought, no man, like let me just listen to a change of season. Some part of it was just stuck in my head. And when I did, oh man. So let me paint a picture for you. This is what I feel every time I listen to Dream Theater. I discovered them towards the end of my summer break before second year of engineering began. And it's a time that like when I was in it, I hated it. But now I look back at it with like this odd nostalgia, like um hindsight 2020, I guess you could say. At the time I just missed home and didn't appreciate my I didn't think of my friends as an appropriate substitute for home, and couldn't get adjusted to hostel life. But it was a pretty good time. Like what I picture is I lived in a very green area. Like I studied in a village kind of town, and my hostel had this beautiful greenery around it, and it was monsoon season. Like every odd semester we have heavy torrential downpour at the oddest of times. It'll be sunny 1 minute, and then 5 minutes later you're soaked. So I just associate like green grass and like multicolored flowers everywhere, and dark, like dark gray clouds mixed with those white kind of fluffy ones, or the rather depressing grayish white ones. And just walking those long walks to and from class, which is when I'd listen to them a lot. So yeah, that's what I think of. And like all the emotions tied to that period. So yeah, I just pictured that. And also basically I realized that I kind of distract myself from the emotions that I'm feeling with the emotions that the music I'm listening to makes me feel. Like the story this song tells is basically the journey of a boy from the time he's born to like when he attains fatherhood to when he's on his deathbed with his son by his side. Like I mean that's my interpretation. I kind of forgot, but from what I remember, the first like it's a change of season is actually a collection of songs, and the first one I know for sure is called The Crimson Sunrise. And I don't know what the last one is called, but it's definitely about a man watching a sunset. So like in the beginning when I listen to that song, it's just so instrumentally beautiful. Like when metal bands tone it down and play acoustic and stuff, like sometimes it doesn't they don't get it right all the time, but when they do, it's just so amazing because the way you transition from playing a pure acoustic, like slow finger picked, the intro to that song, to just riffing it out, it's something that it's just something so special. So I really appreciate the atmosphere that they create, like uh it's a very tranquil environment because in the beginning it starts off kind of solemn, like there's a deep guitar tone, but then it also starts to get more optimistic and peaceful, and there's like a choir singing in the background. And also the cover of the album is, it's so beautiful. It's like, see, I maybe when I learn video editing later, I'll insert a picture, but it's of a boy sitting on a snow covered area, and there's a bright blue sky behind him, a little boy. And it just makes me picture where that could be, like the Himalayas, or like up north in the, I'm thinking the Arctics and stuff. And it's just like a simple place, and you're just happy there, your version of a paradise. And yeah, so it just creates this environment of peace for like maybe a minute, and then turn it, turn it, turn it, turn it, and like it's not just the guitars, but Mike Portnoy, the way he just matches the intensity of the guitar with his drums, right? And then the, I mean, I guess they were doing nu metal things before nu metal was cool, but they went from playing that riff on like one string or so to like on multiple strings, so it becomes like a powerful power chord. Like, it gave me Dimebag Daryl vibes from Pantera. Like, it riffs hard, it jams fucking hard. So in the beginning, I'm just too busy taking in that jam that they get with it, like that dirty fucking raw metal jam. And yeah, so you just get lost in that. Then yeah, uh, of course Rudes comes in, and he mimics that on his keyboard. So suddenly, though, after this jam, they it just becomes like this environment of peace once again. And I'm not gonna lie. Oh, wait. Um, no, it doesn't get to the part where I lose my attention just yet. It actually gets to the one of the most beautiful parts of the song, which is now that they've shown, now that they've created this, I don't know, rather chaotic atmosphere, where 1 second it's calm, 1 second you're drift, like 1 second you're in turmoil, and another second you're back to serenity again. um like that's when Labrie starts singing, okay, you know I remember a time, and that was when he was at his peak, and it was so like reassuring. And but that's the picture that he's painting of watching a sunrise, and just like, okay, basically I'm just going to quote the lyrics. I remember a time my frail virgin mind watched the crimson sunrise, imagine what it might find. So, man, I don't remember the last time I ever felt like that, where I was like this innocent like person just admiring nature. Well, I mean, I do remember such days, but it just takes you back to that feeling, you know, of being a kid, and like the day is over and you have no problems in life. You just played all day and you're gonna play again tomorrow. So then the power chords kick in. Life was filled with wonder. That's when it gets strong, and they aren't angry power chords, mind you. They're more of those like literally powerful power chords. Like they're the kind of background score that makes you want to just go take on the world. It just, oh my god, it feels so good. um so anyway, that's one of my favorite parts of this song. uh this whole transition to powerful beat. Then he talks about life was filled with wonder. I felt the warm wind blow. I must explore the boundaries, transcend the depth of winter's snow. When he says life was filled with wonder, that just makes me feel like, ah, so clearly he's not in a good place right now, but he remembers when times were good. Like that's hard, like to think back to when you were at your best. So it just strikes up all sorts of emotions in me. Then I felt the warm wind blow. I must explore the boundaries. It's like, I don't know, that just makes me feel a sense of adventure because we already know from the cover art that he's in a wintry area, and like I want to rise above where I am. I want to, like go see the world for what it is. So like I mean, now the chorus music is all about how he's still innocent, and uh, but there was so much left for him to see, and I don't really remember the exact lyrics. I'm just going to tell you my interpretation of the story. He was afraid, but he wanted to see the world ahead of him, and he didn't know like what lay ahead, the dark depths of what lay ahead. Then I'm going to be honest. So this middle part is where I kind of lose attention. Like, it happens, right? Like you make a 23-minute song, you can't expect the listener to take in every instance of it. It is beautiful. It's sonically very beautiful. I know they're trying to tell a story, like, but those days are gone now, just like a leaf from a tree, blown away forever into the cool autumn breeze. Do you want, like, just like a leaf from a tree, blown away forever into the cool autumn breeze? Like, what a metaphor! Like, for example, I mean, even I could say that right now, right? Like, fuck, as much as I miss those days of being a stupid second year kid, not knowing anything at all yet about what really lies out in the world ahead. I mean, I still don't, but I definitely know a lot more than back then. Now I want those days back, but they're gone. So it's powerful shit. But anyway, so that's what they're trying to talk about in this area. But I kind of lose attention. Like it is beautiful. It's a soft. They have this soft melodic section going on. But I'll tell you where they really get me back. Um, it's the ending. Like today, when I heard that ending, I just wanted to break down and cry, man. Like, fuck. Um, I mean, there was another part before this that I just can't remember. I feel like I'm going to regret not talking about that later. But anyway, so I guess long story short, the guy just now we start hearing them repeatedly singing "Gather ye rosebuds while ye may," which basically means this guy's funeral is near, and so like he says, and mind you, it's like I can't do justice to what I'm trying like to tell you from my heart because I don't have Labri's voice and the way he sang it. But he says, I sit down with my son, set to see the crimson sunset. And then, like I said, gather ye rosebuds while ye may. And then, he is my only one. Sorry, I'm not gonna torture you with my singing anymore. Now that my time has come, now that my life is done, we look into the sun. Like, if you ever lost a loved one, like, if you've ever had someone dear to you die, and if you just picture that while listening to these words, Oh my God, it just stirs up some real stuff in you. You know, like you're sitting there with them in their last moments. Even though I'll be gone, I will live on. Like he's absolutely sure that his memory is going to live on in the reflection of his son. Just so beautiful. Um, but yeah, so actually, there's a lot more I wanted to talk about. Like Octavarium, that's the other ballad I listened to today. And I wanted to really rant about Anthrax, but I think I've already reached 16 minutes here. So I'll save that content for like maybe another episode. If you stuck around this long, thanks a lot and see you around. Bye.